Yes, another episode, Aussie Max Zone, episode 26. How you going? It's the 10th of December. My name's Glenn, and we're going to go through some Apple news, what happened in the previous week. Thanks to the guys, Jason and Michael, for putting the show notes together. And let's introduce both of them right now. And Michael's on screen at the moment, so he gets to go first. Hey, Michael, how you going?
Good evening, gentlemen. And listeners, it's looking really good.
Yes, how's your internet tonight?
Just played up something terrible, but we're back.
That's good. That's good.
NBN.
Oh, yes, the famous NBN. And Jace, how you going?
All very well after a successful Ashes crusade here in Adelaide at the refurbished Adelaide Oval. So we'll dedicate this episode to Mitchell Johnson, I think.
Oh yes, actually, I meant to send you a message on that day when he got 7-4, and I thought I just forgot. I had the phone out, but it just slipped my mind. I obviously went to do something else. But were you there on that day? Did you see that?
That's the only day I didn't go.
Oh, no way! That was the best day. Oh no, did you see Clarkie's 150 or whatever he got, 148?
Yes.
Oh, that's all right. That's pretty good. Yeah, so that's good. Sounds like you had some good fun. And the cricket's, yes, as we know, it's off to Perth on Friday, so it's a short turnaround. So come on, let's make it 3-0. Hey, take all fast bowlers in. Leave the spinners out. Don't listen to the selectors. Just pace them out of the attack. Hey, pace them out of the game. All right. So tonight's show is brought to you, yes, by the Aussie Tech Heads web hosting, adhwebhosting.com.au. And if you want to grab some of that, you can. And also with IT Help for You. And I've got a prize to give away tonight. That's IT Help for You. The IT Help, number 4, letter U.com.au, fixes all your Apple machinery and stuff. Send it in by post. Go to the website, check it out. And so $20 gift voucher if you leave a review on either the audio or the video version of the iTunes podcast, Aussie Max Zone. And I'll tell you, Trevor from North Haven, well done, because you have won a $20 gift card for the iTunes store. Plus, he's that keen, he left a review on both audio and video. So does that mean he watches and listens twice, if you know what I mean? So that's good. That's good. So there you go. So Trev.
Well, he'd only be watching once but listening twice, wouldn't he?
Yes, that's right. Yes.
And we're in stereo, so there you go.
Well,
with
right.
one eye.
That's right.
Like that. I'm not sure how that works.
So, Trev, if you want to send me your details, Glenn at aussiemaczone.com.au, and I'll send you one of those. Might get to you before Christmas, eh? What a great Christmas present. And if you want to win one of those, you out there, you just do the same as Trev did. Just you can put a review up on the iTunes site, and you have the possibility, if you're the best review of the week, there you go. You've won one. All right. Now, let's get sorted. You can probably hear that phone in the background, but we'll ignore that. It always happens podcast night. Always. But let's ignore that, and we'll go into a story. We'll let Jace pick a story first tonight. I think it's your turn, Jace. Where do you want to go?
Sure. We might start off with the story that's been around the last couple of days around Apple rolling out iBeacons into the Apple stores. So, as the story goes, apparently the Apple's been embedding, I guess, the iBeacon technology into its iPhones and iPads for some time now, and it's going to be rolled out now that when you go into the store, you'll be able to get up some notifications about maybe the particular products you're looking at or special offers. And I guess it can go broader than just the Apple stores, where for other retailers, etc., you could have it so that if you're walking past, you might get an offer of being having a customer loyalty card or something. And I think it won't just be spam, so they can't just because you've got an iPhone be spewing it out into the ether and you start getting all of these messages.
Well, it would have I think it goes through. I think some of the technology is Bluetooth, so that's a limited distance,
limited range. But even so, you don't want to get spammed with messages from stores you're not interested in, or just because you're walking past. So there has been some discussion around potentially the use of Passbook to maybe store, I guess, the equivalent of loyalty cards. So then when you're walking past your favourite pizza shop or dress store or whatever, it might be that it says, I know who you are, and come inside. we've got a sale on, or here's a special offer just for you. So it's going to be interesting to see where this all goes.
But this sort of technology has been around, I suppose, for a little while. Maybe not with the Apple stuff, but look, I remember doing a test run with Bluetooth. Well, I'm not sure what the technical term was, but it was Bluetooth streaming. We set up a Bluetooth beacon from a Linux machine in a shop, and then everyone that walked into the shop got a message onto their mobile via Bluetooth if they had the Bluetooth on, and then yes, they wanted to download, and they got themselves a little video. So that's been around for a while. But what I was interested with the story, and you could probably correct me if you think I'm on the wrong track, but it says any iPad can be set up to be an iBeacon. So does that mean so an iBeacon, is that the transmitter, or is that a receiver?
No, the beacon's the transmitter.
Cool. So
you can set your iPad up to have some sort of like you did with the Linux box.
Yeah, nice.
Have a message going out to something, or
yeah, okay, right. Because I know, because even back in the day, when there's all this Linux Bluetooth streaming and whatever, people were looking at, just doing it blanket across like football stadiums and stuff like that. So you would get, free content or different content if you're at the game. But I reckon this is great. This is excellent. This is what we need. This is a good little innovation, good little thing.
Yeah. So the Apple one is through the App Store app that is on your phone, and as you say, Glenn, you need Bluetooth enabled and background app refresh turned on, and there is a little slider to allow in-store notifications or alerts, and so if you didn't want to get those messages from Apple, you could opt out of that if you like, but I guess the same thing for your football store, stadium example. Presumably you would have some app, maybe for your team or whatever, that is, saying, yep, give me alerts when I'm at the game. And, that has interesting opportunities there.
Yeah,
and I think the iBeacon's a lot more a lot smaller range, so that you can have, when you're standing in front of the iPads, for example, it'll tell you about the iPads, but when you're standing in front of the iPad cases, which is in a different part of the shop, it tells you about the cases. It's not overlapping.
So how would it be doing that? Would that be working on like a signal strength or
lower power?
Yeah, right. Yes. So it would know by the amount of the power signal or whatever where you are. Is what you're saying in the shop?
Yeah, the precision is meant to be good.
The beacon's not putting out very much power. It'll only go into a 10-foot range instead of a 40-foot range.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah, so that looks like, so this iBeacon, is that, how can we get this software yet? Or is it still developing?
I think it's still developing, to be honest.
It might just be Apple that can transmit at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, they've got it in a Major League Baseball stadium.
Right.
So that it helps you get to your seat, for example.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's obviously in the corridors around the bottom.
That's where you are as you hit each beacon, I guess, doesn't it?
Yeah. It says keep going, turn left.
Yeah, right. Oh, so if you're an usher at the cinema, start looking for another job today.
Yeah, gone.
Well, the other examples around a multi-level parking garage, to help you find your car.
Oh, that'd be a good idea.
So it will know where you parked your car, and you have a iPhone app to direct you exactly back.
Don't you hate Sorry.
That reminds me of Seinfeld. Sorry.
Yes, it does. I was going to say,
that was a good episode.
Don't you hate when you go into these car parking places, with the green and red lights up the top to tell you if the spot's available or not? Well, I go in there, I can't see green or red. They look the same. And I can't.
I'm colorblind between those as well.
Yeah, so you can't. I don't understand what the thing is with this green or red. It's the same as when you're charging batteries. It goes, when you put it on, the light will be red. When they're charged, the light will be green. And you go, well, I can't see. So, I don't know. Why wouldn't they make it blue? Or is that just how the LEDs work, the LEDs work? They can't. They'd have to put another bulb in or something. I don't know. But, yeah.
Well, it's just what the colour they decided in the first place. And that's obviously what they feel most people can see.
Yeah, well, we can't. We can't. I hate it. I've got to keep asking people, is this charged yet? Is that green? Oh, I tell you. Maybe I think you can put cellophane over it.
We'll just drive in there. Johnny Ives.
If you just drive in,
I'll email
if you hit something when you drive in, there's a car already there.
That's right. Oh, I'll be keeping an eye out. Michael, what did you pick up this week?
I was wrapped with the story that it's 82% take up so far on iOS 7 for the devices that can take it. I think that's great, and it must make it easier for the programmers in the long run.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it would.
Just to know that I can stop developing for iOS 5 and go from there.
So, do you think that developers, when they develop, how far back would they go? Like, is it their choice, or do they just go, oh, wait?
Yeah, it's their choice. Their choice.
So if they say
there are programs being released now which are iOS 7 only, like new ones that have.
Yeah, okay. So if they decide, like, would they'd be some sort of point? They say, oh, look, once iOS 5 gets below 5%, most developers would say, let's just junk it. We're not going to worry about it. Yeah.
I mean, I think the argument will also be there, that especially if you've got a paid app, once you're hitting that type of penetration, and also, iOS 7's been out for some time, if people hadn't bothered to upgrade, their devices, arguably they're the ones that aren't buying the apps anyway. The ones that are spending the money are the ones that are keeping up to date with everything. So it may not be worth who you are.
Yeah. So just to clarify that story there, it's the iOS 7 is now in more than 82% of iPhones. So yeah, that is.
I think it's actually devices. So iPhones, iPads, iPod Touch,
right?
Whatever can take it. It's in that. Yeah.
And now, because the article went on to show up how much the latest Android is in the devices as well. How much Android's out there? The new KitKat. What's that, Michael? What's the big percentage?
I believe it's something like 0.4%, 0.4%. Now, I'll admit it hasn't been out quite as long, but that's just the challenges that they're relying on someone else to do the upgrades, basically. Yeah. And they've got to get AT&T's permission and Verizon's permissions and Telstra's permission.
I don't understand all that. Why they have to get permission? Like, why? Why? I just don't get it. But even as you said, KitKat hasn't been out for that long. But then you go, okay, well, the previous one before that, Jelly Bean, has still only got something 8%.
8%,
yeah.
There's so much fragmentation with Android, as Michael says, that you need the manufacturer to support it, then the carrier to support it. The other thing is there's a lot of Android phones out there, especially at the cheaper end, that people aren't making the conscious decisions by Android. It's where they were previously just buying the Nokia phone. And, back in the day, we didn't talk operating system versions, did we? You're buying a Nokia, you're buying a Motorola handset.
Yes.
From all intentional purposes, it's the same thing. It's just a feature phone or a candy bar type phone that they're buying. They happens to be running Android. So those people aren't interested in upgrading. They're buying a phone to make phone calls and send SMSs, most likely.
Well, no, that's basically
it. We've got a little Acer tablet here in the house. It's I don't even know what it's running. I think it's got ice cream sandwich on it, and there's no easy way to update that. Like I've reset it back to factory because it was getting slow and so forth. But so I can reset it, but there's still a lot of software. You go to the Play Store or wherever, and you can't download it to the device, and it's just such a pain to even. You got to go searching for the update. It just doesn't come in like the Apple stuff does. And so I know, like you guys listening to the show, think yourselves lucky because it is just very, very easy with this Apple stuff. It's just crazily easy. But but that's interesting. 82% devices, have iOS 7. So that's got to be helpful, hasn't it? It's got to be helpful.
It's got to make it easier for a developer, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure, and just for everyone else as well. Just so everyone's on the same page. That's I think the most important thing. It's just everyone's on the same page.
Yeah, you can walk up to your mate and say, "Oh, how do I do so and so?"
Yes,
and generally they can tell you now. Whereas, and it's definitely different with Android.
Now, are you still the holder of 2 iPhones?
Yes, mate.
All right. Well, now you want to hear the story beyond that? You have to listen to the back episodes. We're not going through that again. All right. Now, who are we up to, Jace? What else have you got for us this week?
I've got something that I've just noticed that's come across the Twitterverse around the 12 days of gifts from iTunes. So
has that
there's
started?
so it doesn't start till January. January till December 26th. But between December 26th and 6th of January, you can download a gift each day. So it's an app for your iPhone or iPad, and there'll be a song, app, book, film, a free gift every day for that 24-hour period over that period of 12 days. So that would certainly be something to look out for in this festive season.
Yeah. And look, I did it last year. It was great. I think I got an episode of Doctor Who. I got the Muppet movie. I've got a couple of other little things, and I was only looking at that app today, thinking, when is this coming back on? Because when you tap it now, it just says, "Oh, this isn't active yet," and the dates did flash up, but I couldn't catch the dates. So there we go.
Yeah, so
Boxing
it's
Day.
available for download, and becomes active on the 26th.
So
The funny thing is, it's all excitement on Twitter because it's available in the US this year. Apparently, in previous years, it hasn't been available in the US. So,
oh, okay.
they're all excited around it. But yeah, definitely something. Who doesn't like a free gift? Something to grab.
Well, I first come across it from reading Sydney Morning Herald on the iPad. I thought that's where it must have originated from. And maybe it did. I don't know. But I thought that was where it was sort of, iTunes and the SMH got together. But who knows? I don't know. All right.
It was very good, but last year, I got a couple of things. Good.
Yeah.
Price was perfect.
What'd you get?
Oh, the price was perfect.
Yeah, it was. It was
For
cheap.
Festivus.
Yeah.
For Festivus.
Festivus for the rest of us. It was cheap at double the price. Now, yes. Now, what's this one here? The hour of code in the US. So apparently, Apple today have announced that we'll be participating this year in the hour of code from Wednesday by offering free workshops in the US stores, introducing students to computer programming. Apple, I don't like this. Must have come from an Australian site, did it? Who pulled this story down? Michael, did you pull this story down?
Yeah.
Was it from an Australian website?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, rightio. I just thought there was a bit of Australian spelling in there.
Oh, I probably retyped it.
Well, congratulations. You spelled it right.
Investigative reporting.
Oh, look at the dedication of the Aussie Mac Zone crew, eh? Retyping.
That's right.
Oh, it's great. But anyway, yeah. So Apple is setting aside 5 to 6 p.m. 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock p.m. hour at all of its retail stores for its workshops, and reservations are required. So that's hour of code. Is that for programming? What? Anything? Everything? iOS-wise or Mac-wise? The broader initiative is sponsored by the non-profit code.org with the backing of a wide variety of political, corporate and personal supporters. The goal of the campaign is to introduce 10 million students, that's 10 million, to computer programming, with the ultimate goal of every student learning a basic level of programming. So there you go. Go and ring your Apple store up. Get in there. That's pretty cool. Anyone here going to any of those? Probably no one's interested in programming.
No,
I think it's only
a US
Apple
thing at the
stores.
moment. But
Yeah, I was just having a look. It just seems to be US
Oh, yeah,
stores.
free workshops
But that's
in the US,
a
sorry,
great initiative. So if you go to actually code.org, Apple are on board, but it's much broader than just Apple. And the basic premise is to introduce young people, I guess, those young people these days, and students into coding. So there's a lot of initiatives there, and I think from the website as well, there is the ability for resources to be downloaded from for teachers and educators to start to introduce and inspire children into coding, and I guess even for your kids at home as well to get some of those basic concepts. So
Well, yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah.
So if you're listening in the US, go to your Apple store. If you're listening in Australia, which probably most of you, ring them up and ask them, why haven't you got it? Because that sounds interesting. That's good.
yeah, give us a break. Give us a go.
Yeah, give us a break. Not a Kit Kat. Give us a break. All right.
But there's a lot of support there. Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg was in the introduction video, so they're supporting it. So it's a great initiative, I think.
Good stuff. All right, Michael, what else is going on?
So what about China Mobile's finally official?
Yes, yes.
So that's got to put the make all the financial analysis guys happier that have been hanging off and saying it's going to happen, and
The Chinese,
it's just
that,
it's just the numbers are unbelievable.
oh, yes. Well, what was it? There's more mobile phones in China than there are people in the US. So,
Yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
like, it's massive numbers.
Well, at least, yeah. Just looking at the stock price, Apple seemed to be steady today on $566.43. So
Still down from their
we'll see how
peak
that goes.
a while ago, though.
That was some crazy peak, and people that that was it getting up to $700-800,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
people were tipping it to go over 1,000.
That's right.
yeah, unrealistic.
Yes, so they had a bit of a correction. But so December 12th, so the China
but-
Mobile has sorry, Michael? You
No, no, yeah, just that China Mobile I think's got twice as many subscribers as people in the US.
Yeah, right. Wow. So I don't know, but is China Mobile the only mobile carrier in China?
No, they're the last one to get the iPhone. I think there's 4 or 5.
But China
That
Mobile's
carrier-
the biggest.
It's the largest one, isn't it? And I think also
Yeah,
it has
massive.
the premium customers from what I've read as well. So
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
they're more affluent, obviously, so able to afford the iPhone. So yeah, I guess big potential sales there.
Yeah,
And
so
they've just turned on their 4G system as well. So
yeah, right. So apparently the move was revealed through a screenshot of a section of the company's website that invited customers to pre-order the iPhone 5S and other smartphones with a 4G is here slogan, with the information being followed by a customer service representative. Yeah, so so obviously China's just as in love with the Apple iPhones as the rest of the joint.
yeah, it'll take a lot of black market away actually.
Yes, yes, because there's a lot of a lot of knockoff shops as well, wasn't there? The shops that just absolutely looked like the Apple stuff, Apple shops as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. Yeah, all right. Well, that'll be interesting. That's a lot of phones. Geez, that's a lot of phones. That is a lot of phones.
Well, 5%'s like what they say. 5%'s 22 million or something.
Yeah,
If they only got 5% of their customers to change over.
yeah. The numbers blow your mind, don't they? They blow your mind.
So that's as many people in Australia, right? Australia's got about 22 million.
Yeah.
Is that
About that.
what we're at the moment?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. All right. What are we up to now? Let's go, Jace. Have you got anything else for us?
What else have I got for you? It's been a fairly slow news week while we're waiting for our Apple TV or our iWatch to be
Christmas to come and go.
to be released.
Has
And
that,
Mac Pro.
yeah, I was going to say, what
Still
happened
waiting
to
for that too.
Well, the Mac,
Yeah.
that's gone quiet. I haven't heard anything, and even on podcasts, it's not really being talked up too much. And what are we now into the 10th of December? So
Well, they did say
I'm
it
not
was
sure.
quiet, so maybe
Yeah. But
not that quiet.
so what about the 4K sharp display that showed up on the Europe, one of Apple's European online stores, and then they took it down sort of 2 days later.
Oh,
So
gee.
that's the first 4K display that Apple were going to sell. Does that mean that it must be nearly there? Or?
Oh, gee, that
well,
was
that's
a
what the
mistake.
rumours.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
mistake. Let's take it down straight away. Just after 2 days. Like,
Yeah.
just make sure
Why
everyone
did they just
sees
put
it.
it up to make people talk about it?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, just make yeah. Oh, end of day one. Oh, I haven't had that much buzz about it. Leave it up for another day.
leave it up. Yeah. Another 24 hours.
Yeah, and then it's day 2. Oh, there's a bit of buzz about it now. Oh, we didn't mean to put that up. Stop it. Take it down. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. But yeah, so
Apple TV must be coming. Apple Display must be coming. So it's, I guess, got people talking again.
yes, yeah. So have you guys seen a 4K display? Watched anything on a 4K display? I don't think I have.
Not me.
I've seen them in the, I guess, whatever we call them, like the JB Hi-Fis and the, electronic type stores where there's some expensive ones out there with, LGs and whatever. But I think there's a Hisense or something like that the JB or the good guys are flogging for about half the price of anything else, which is meant to be 4K, and I've got some nice looking demo stuff running on it as to the value in that and how good it is. I don't know. I still think probably a more brand name, better calibrated, TVs, so maybe like your Panasonic Plasma or whatever else, it might still have a better picture. But I guess it's just indicating that we're on the cusp maybe of 4K stuff coming through, being affordable. But I guess ultimately it still comes down to content. Where's it going to come from?
Well,
because we're still, most of us who don't have the NBN, there isn't the ability to bring down that amount of data. And even if you're going to download it, let alone real time, with the caps that we've got on, you're going to get, one show, and you've done half your limit for the month.
But even if you went out and bought a Blu-ray, is a Blu-ray going to give you the quality? Is a Blu-ray going to take full advantage of the screen?
No, the format doesn't support it. So Blu-ray is good for 1080p.
Yeah, so where's we've got to wait for the next generation, and plus anyway, 4K TV is going to be just so expensive, so we might as well just wait. But while we're talking about TVs, the analog had been finally turned off around Australia. It's all gone. So,
gone. Yep.
Finished.
Last week while we were talking on the show.
Yeah. Oh, how
last
sad.
day.
Yeah. Apparently, there's no big hurrah party or anything. Apparently, from some reports, people just been watching it in the middle of an ad. Just goes like that. Just off it goes. Just, see you later. Turn over. So yeah, but yep.
So no more fat backs with coat hanger aerials.
No, not unless you've got the set-top box. But I think most people have got rid of their big TVs by now, haven't they? Yeah, I certainly have.
I think I did see something on Twitter today. I didn't read the article that the changeover cost us something 36 million. And I'm assuming if I read the article, it'll be something probably around what the government spent on their advertising campaign, and maybe they were giving rebates, weren't they, for set-top boxes for some people?
Yeah, early on they were,
Yeah, well, that was just a fraud, wasn't it? They weren't given rebates. They were giving people on full-rate pensions. They were giving them a set-top box. Which is good, which is fair enough. I don't begrudge that. But what they were giving them the Mickey Mouse version. It cost something like the whole install and box cost every install was $750. Like, it's a joke. You can go down
because you just bought a TV.
Well, yeah, or you can go down.
Here's a 32-inch TV.
That's right. Or get a set-top box at Dick Smith for $30. Like, but because I knew someone that got one installed, and the set-top box spoke to them as well. Like it said, "You're on channel 7." Like this. It was crazy. It was just too much. And why? And people don't. People were just getting them just because it was free. And they didn't have no need for them. They'd be on the junk heap. But anyway, that's a story for another show.
$37.9 million.
Yeah, well, there we go, eh? Oh, there we go.
It's our fault, Glenn.
We're just further on that, though.
We didn't do it. So why weren't we installing them?
Well, yeah, well, this is true. But I think, because I thought about it. I thought about, this could be a good little learner. But then I thought,
learner,
yeah, but you got to get on roofs.
Yeah, got a few of them down the lock-up. Go on.
You just go up to their manners in your motor and you say, "Oh, here we are."
She'll be sweet.
Yeah, but you got to get on roofs, and I'm no good on roofs.
I could do a set-top box and some pink bats just on special.
Yeah, yes, and some water tanks coming soon. But yeah, there's a lot of those little things like water tanks. Yeah, well, I still use mine. I got one of those, so that's all right. I still use mine, so yeah, that's good.
I was just going to say, Glenn, what is happening with that spectrum? I guess that's the whole point, that we've moved off of analog TV to free up that portion of the spectrum. Have they auctioned that off yet? And what's going to happen? Because it's a pretty good, because it's that lower frequency. It's quite good in its coverage. So, if you look at mobile phones, which are in the 850 range, with Telstra, it gets better coverage than like the 1800, 1900 range. I think from memory, analogs like in the 700 range. So it would be,
I think so.
very, very effective for, I don't know, maybe even things like mobile broadband. If the carrier's got hold of that, that would have better coverage. And I guess we must be, with everyone moving to having data on their phones and even using mobile data as an alternative to ADSL or cable, there's only so much spectrum out there, so we must be filling it up. That would be welcome, I would imagine. But
well, I heard like a little.
Have you guys heard anything about what's happening?
No, the only thing I heard was a little while ago. Now I heard Google was sniffing around, that spectrum. So, but I'm not sure what this is a while ago. I'm not sure what's happened now, but sure
I think that was in the US, and I don't know that they ended up buying, because I think people there were excited that Optus that Google might do something.
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know. Well, I was going to talk to you guys tonight about some software that I thought might have been interesting. Now, look, I wasn't sure if I was going to or not, because I haven't tried it, so I don't know. I don't want to put you on a bum steer, but look, I've tried the PC version, and it's very, very good. So I'm just thinking, mate, if you like, I don't know, if you're looking for this, just check these guys out first, because it might come in handy to help you. And Michael might be able to even point us in another direction, maybe. But look, it's if you want to back up or recover data from your Mac. This is the Mac Data Recovery Software, and it's from Ease US, EASE US. Look, the Mac version, obviously. Mac OS X 10.9 Mavericks, and look, I've used it for the PC, and it is quite brilliant. It is easy to use, and it just really works really well. It's just great. Look, it's $90, but look, just check it out if you're looking for it. If you're in the market for it, this story might have come along just at the right moment. But it's EASEUS.com. And just navigate around. There's also iPhone software there that will pull off your songs, your contacts and mail and all sorts of different things from your iPhone. Copy songs to and from. So that's also pretty good. But what sort of software, if any, do you use, Michael, or could you recommend any for data recovery / backup or backup / recovery?
Well, they're two different things. So for backup, I use Carbon Copy Cloner or Apple's time capsule and time machine. I use that religiously, and I've never really had a problem with time machine and time capsule. A couple of people have, especially in the early days when they were encrypting the backup.
Right.
But for data recovery, there's a significant difference for people between a Mac and a Windows in data recovery, because we don't keep our file names the same as Windows do.
Right.
So a lot of the data recovery software will recover all your pictures, for example. If you've accidentally deleted or partitioned your drive, for example,
yes,
all your data is realistically still there. Just all the pointers are gone.
Just gone, yes.
Yeah. But when it recovers the data on a Windows machine, a lot of the time it'll recover the file name, whereas the Apple will just recover as Word Doc 1, Word Doc 2, Word Doc 3, and sort of put 1,000 in one folder and then another 1,000 in the next folder.
Yes.
That's JPEG 1, JPEG 2, JPEG 3.
Right. So is there any way around that, or that's just how it works?
That's just how it works in a lot of the cases. Yeah, it depends how it's damaged. Like, depends how the files are damaged. That's when it's actually got to go through and rebuild the file from each individual piece of data. So when you actually create a file and it's got a pointer where the next bit is, then the next bit is, and it just goes around and recreates it from the hard drive, by scraping the hard drive. Disk Warrior is another one where if it's only damaged slightly, the directory is slightly damaged, it can go in and fix the directory, or it'll recreate a new directory based on what's on there and what the information it's got. Then you actually image that across to another drive. Right. And that's how you get your information out, using that the rebuilt directory You can't
Yep.
do a data recovery, but you can actually image the drive using that rebuilt directory.
Right.
Then that's when you do your data recovery. So,
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's a good couple of ones there, and yeah. So if hopefully that's helped someone out because
and
look, I just happened to come across these guys the other day. I thought, oh yeah, because for some reason, I won't go into it too much because it's a PC problem. But Ghost 15 apparently Norton's no longer doing Ghost or something, so I had to look for something else. And plus, it didn't work on Windows 8, so So I went to this mob here, and they were great. So it's good stuff. All right.
one other trick for doing data recoveries is the temperature of the drive makes a big difference. So we've been known to put the data, the one you're recovering from, in the fridge.
Right.
Just have the USB cord coming out of the makes a huge
Yeah,
difference.
dinkum.
Huge difference to
Yeah,
what you get
right.
out.
So that's the used ones in the fridge.
Yeah.
The old ones in the
Yeah,
fridge.
caddy. Yeah, the old one's in the fridge with the caddy,
Yeah, right.
power, and then
How long would you leave it in
just
the
the
fridge
USB
for?
card. No, you leave it in the fridge while you're doing the data recovery.
Yeah, but I mean, you wouldn't keep it in there. Wouldn't it condensate or something? Condensation get into it or anything like that?
Well, it's pushing hot air out. It's not sucking it in. It only
Yeah, right.
sucks air in when it cools down again. So
And by that time, it's out
we're
of the
keeping
fridge.
it at a cool temperature. Let it do its data recovery.
Yeah,
Who cares?
yeah.
Like if I've got the data out, who cares?
Well, that's right, exactly. Well, that's another tip, but you do that tip at your own risk. Don't ring us up. That's one of those at your own risk jobs.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. I think that's just about the end. Another quick little episode. Jace, did you have anything else to add tonight? Or
I've just got an update for those concerned around what's happening with the 700 megahertz spectrum.
Oh, yes.
That was optioned off. So Telstra, Optus, and TPG have partnered with almost $2 billion in that spectrum, and Telstra has said, what they plan to do is to provide more capacity and coverage in their for their 4G technology. And as I was saying before, the lower like 700 megahertz is very good that it covers longer distances than the higher frequencies, and also is very good in building. So if you're in the city, especially like in basements and through concrete and car parks and things like that,
Yes.
that's where you'll find that, especially, again, the Telstra 850 megahertz is better than the 1900. It will get less dropouts and better success there. So
good.
hopefully something to look forward to with some more bandwidth. Which won't. Being at the cricket again on the weekend, it was really hard to get phone calls and data. Everyone was obviously tweeting scores and updates to their mates.
Yeah, so you think it's just a matter of... I thought I went to a footy game once, and I just thought they must have just blocked it or something. Because, I was getting no service at all. But it must just be jammed. That must be just how it is. It must just be jammed. So,
but then again, you think they know that it's going to happen at someone like Adelaide Oval, MCG, SCG, Gabba, etc. That they sort of can cater towards it. I think the MCG is actually looking at putting in Wi-Fi to cover patrons, so that'll be interesting, and maybe to look at reducing load on the carriers' data networks.
I did a survey through the week, something to do with Telstra and what I thought of. If you go over your bandwidth, like on your fixed cable, if you went over the bandwidth, how would you feel about being able to buy extra bandwidth? And I went, well, yes, of course I'd like that.
Hello, Internode 2000 and whatever. That's the big thing I found from changing Internode to Big Pond, and the only reason I did was because it had extreme cable. But if you run out, you run out. There's nothing you can do.
That's right. So
I'd like to give you money. No, we can't take it off you. Just wait until your cap resets.
Yeah, mine resets tonight. So for once, I'm under the limit. But so obviously, hopefully something is coming. The survey started off with, have you heard of Optus's deal? Buy or unlimited, buy more bandwidth and all this sort of stuff. And then it went on to what I thought was different types, what would suit me, data block, pay per gig. And then that went on again as in 3 different price points of per gig that you could pay for. So it was a very, very intense survey. It hurt my brain a little bit, but but maybe the survey's there for a purpose, and maybe something's coming that Telstra.
Well, Telstra have to do something, because really at the moment, they've only got 200 gig and 500 gig plans, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Yes, that's
I
right.
mean, I think that the other one is like 5 gig or something like that. So no
Yeah,
one's
something.
gonna
No, yeah. I know a couple of people
use
on that. I know 2 people on that 5 gig plan. they're over 70.
But you're on cable, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So wouldn't they want you to go to ADSL?
No, it's the same. So they're basically the plan's the same. They'll just provide it on a different medium. So in the little, I mean, Telstra are fairly simple with their plans and boxes. So yeah, have some cable, have some ADSL, but you can have 200 gig and 500 gig.
I think it's time.
And please take a home phone line.
Oh, doesn't that give you the Tom tits? Yeah, I'll tell
Unlimited
you.
calls, but of course you'd want it.
Yeah, oh yeah, good story. Yeah, don't get me started on that. It's just a waste of space. Yeah.
I think it was Optus yesterday was advertising. They were going through a list of their great offer, and they had, unlimited calls to 21 countries, and they had something like unlimited calls to 4 destinations, and I couldn't quite work out what that meant.
Unlimited.
Was that like maybe
saying,
mobiles or something like that? That's what some of them are doing now, that you can nominate, like 4 family mobiles or something like that to have unlimited calls for, or other fixed lines.
Because Telstra
unusual way of saying it, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, Telstra rang me up the other day as well, so obviously they're on doing something.
He must be one of their favourites.
Oh, I must be. But they rang me up, and they were, trying to put me onto a different plan or work out if it was, I needed I wanted to spend an extra $15 to get nothing, and I said no. But they went through the new T box. Apparently, this new T box, you can get some free Foxtel channels like forever. So nothing exciting, but there's still a couple of it's not just shopping channels. There's like Fox 8 or something, and then Arena or something. But that's still not bad. That's not bad. So so that's new T-Box. So
TPG and iiNet, they've got heaps of free TV channels as well, especially if you're from another country. But
yes, yes. Well, I just thought, well, that's but yeah, the T-Box is pretty good. I don't mind the T-Box.
What if you need to call 24 or 25 countries though? Just what are you going to do?
Yeah, well, that's right. Why would you be doing that?
I haven't got that many friends.
No. I can't speak that many languages, so anyway, all right, let's get out of here. It's so see you guys. Thanks for coming in, Jace. We'll see you next week.
No worries. And we'll catch you. Well, I won't be on there, but I'll be listening on Thursday night for Aussie Tech Heads.
Oh, yes. AussieTechHeads.com.au. Watch us live or on the podcast. Now, just before we go, we're doing the Aussie Mac Zone up and over Christmas. Let me have a look. There's no special dates coming, is there? The 24th, Christmas Eve.
I'll wear my Christmas hat.
Yeah.
On December 31st, New Year's Eve. That could be a tricky one.
That's a bit harder.
Yeah,
that might be a tricky one.
Yeah, that is a tricky one.
We might be looking hiatus then, but obviously we'll give our loyal viewers and listeners lots of notice.
But look, we'll be here next week for the 17th of December. Yes,
absolutely.
We'll be here for the 17th, and we'll tell you as if we're going for the 24th and the 31st next week. All right? Okay. Thanks, Michael. Thanks for coming in. Thanks, mate. Sharing your NBN with us. And all that stuff.
Eventually.
Thanks for beaming into my face of NBN. It's the closest thing I'm going to get to it. All right. And so thanks for downloading, and thanks for listening to you guys as well. And don't forget, Big Trev, send me an email. Good on you. All right. Till next week. Facebook.com.au/Aussie Tech Heads, YouTube.com/Aussie Tech Heads. And you know, all that sort of stuff. Email us, Glenn, Jason, or Michael at AussieMacZone.com.au. And don't forget Aussie Tech Heads live on Thursday night. All right, cool.